Hello, my lovely learners, and welcome to Easy Stories in English. She made it so abstract that she didn't know what she was doing. Finally, Felicity stopped and looked at her work. And she hated it. She loved her landscapes and portraits, but this abstract work? What is this? Thought Felicity. I painted this and I don't even know what this is. Do people actually like this stuff? It doesn't mean anything. Felicity threw her abstract paintings out of the window. Below the window was a large bin, and the paintings flew down to the bin like small birds. Then Felicity got into bed and cried. The next day, she woke up early because someone was talking loudly outside her window. Can you believe it? They just threw it away. This will look great on our wall. Felicity looked out of the window. Down below, a man and a woman were pulling her paintings out of the bin and looking at them. Felicity almost said, "Hey, those are mine." But then she thought, did she want people to know? "I'll search online," said the man. "Maybe it's a famous artist." "Oh, Gregory," said the woman, "we're not selling them." "No, I love them." Felicity felt sick. This was the first time someone had said something really nice about her art, and she didn't know how to feel. She thought she might cry. "Hey," she said before she could stop herself. "Those are mine." "Oh." The man and the woman looked up. "You don't have to pay for them," said Felicity. "Really, if they make you happy, keep them." "Oh no, of course we'll pay for them," said the woman. "I can't believe you were going to throw them away." "Give me just 1 minute," said Felicity. She quickly got dressed and went downstairs. With the help of Gregory and Delilah, that was their names, they collected all the abstract paintings and went into Felicity's house to talk about them. So Felicity found that there were people who liked her art. Gregory and Delilah talked for a short time about what they liked about the paintings, but quickly they started talking about money. Gregory and Delilah collected art, and they liked to help new artists. Felicity didn't tell them that she'd bought her house herself, and that she didn't need help with money. In fact, as they talked, she realized that the money really wasn't important to her. That feeling of wrongness was gone. It had gone before, when she saw how much they liked her paintings. Suddenly, she understood why her parents spent all that time making those dog and cat sculptures. Maybe they weren't the things that they wanted to make in their heart, but they made the sculptures well, and people loved them. Surely, Felicity thought, it's easier to make money painting portraits than strange abstract things. Felicity wanted to paint portraits and landscapes. She could see herself as that kind of artist. She had never thought of herself as a strange person, and people who did abstract art were always strange. Gregory and Delilah bought the paintings and hung them up inside their house. They sent Felicity pictures, and it was nice to see her work in someone's house, but after the paintings left her hands, she didn't really care what happened to them. She was already working on the next thing. She painted more and more abstract paintings. When she finished them, she didn't think, "This is awful," but she didn't love her abstract works like she loved the landscapes and portraits. Gregory and Delilah's friends, however, did love her abstract work. Soon she had so many people asking for her work that she didn't have time to paint it all. She had to work fewer hours as a lawyer to give her time to paint. How strange, thought Felicity. I always thought Mum and Dad were making art for themselves. And when I started, I was only making art for myself. But now it's like a gift I'm giving to everyone else. And so more and more houses filled up with Felicity's paintings, and with each painting she finished, her heart grew fuller. Sometimes, when she was bored, she painted a landscape or a portrait. She never told anyone about these. She hung them up inside her house and never sold them. To be honest, she had no idea if they were good or bad, but it didn't matter. They were for her. The shape of her art was abstract, but the shape of her heart was a smiling face and a field in summer. The end. Sometimes, when I write a story for the podcast, the story is really about myself. Today's story is like that. I've been making easy stories in English for over 6 years now, and over the years, my feelings about making stories have changed a lot. When I started the podcast, I wanted to create materials for people learning English, and I wanted to help the students I was teaching. But I wanted to use my writing skills as well. Easy stories in English seemed like a great way to combine the two. But as I did it for longer, I started to think about other projects. I had other art I wanted to make. I wanted to write novels and make video games and act in plays. Making easy stories in English meant I had less time to do all those things. I sometimes wished I had more time for my other work. I didn't see the podcast as real art, or I thought it was less important than my other work. But now I realise how lucky I am to have the podcast. I am so lucky to have an audience, to have so many people who enjoy my work. When I read your comments about how the podcast has helped you, it makes me feel so happy, and I feel like I am doing important work. Of course, we can make art for ourselves, and we can make art just to sell it. But often, the best art comes in the middle road. The artist puts their love into the work, but they make it for a specific kind of person. Or they make it with a specific goal. In other words, sometimes the thing you want to be good at isn't the thing you're best at. And sometimes, as an artist, the best thing you can do is to work for your audience and ignore yourself. So yes, this story came out, and I quickly saw that it was really about me and how my feelings have changed over the years. But I'm sure it's something many of us can understand. If you're not an artist, you may have had the same feelings with your career or with raising children. When God gives you a gift, you have to share it with the world. And sorry if you're not religious. I find it hard to not talk about God sometimes. And speaking of sharing gifts with the world, why not share easy stories in English with a friend? Tell your parents, your cousins, your co-workers. Tell that person you're standing next to at the bus stop, "Hi, And if you can't tell someone, then leave a review and comment. It means a lot to me. Thanks for listening, and see you soon.